Welcome.
Hi.
So I'd love for you to just tell me a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do.
I'm Danielle. I was a nurse and I'm not anymore. And I will hopefully I will be a teaching assistant back in September, which I'm really looking forward to. I am a mum to a doggy called Bess, and I live with my dad in a little flat.
Gorgeous. And can you tell me what was life like when we first connected in this coaching space?
So life for me was really, it felt like a huge ball of wool. It felt like very congested, very heavy. I was very sad a lot of the time, anxious a lot of the time. And personally, I didn't feel like I was in a good mindset. I just didn't feel myself at all. I knew something wasn't right and I needed to find a way to help myself a bit more, just to kind of help me get out of the rut that I felt like I was in.
And what do you think was the biggest challenge you were facing?
I think maybe managing how I react to certain situations and how to be open with other people and asking for help. I found that I really struggled. I was worried about disappointing people. That was a big thing, is not really talking to anybody because I was worried about disappointing people. And that, yeah, it was it was really hard. I think they were the biggest challenges, probably, was asking for help and trying to cope with things all by myself.
That's a lot to hold, isn't it, for one person? And I'm curious, was there anything that you had tried before you and I connected?
Doing yoga, but I feel like because that's always helped when I've been in points in my life where I've felt like I can feel in myself where I need something to feel grounded and to release. It's yoga that I've always come back to, and I missed, a huge chunk of it in my life for a while, and I was growing impatient, not necessarily angry at other people, but I could find my fuse was really short. So I always went back to yoga, and yoga's always been my thing to kind of bring me back to myself a little bit and make me feel that I can cope. But yeah, nothing, I don't think, really. I've probably tried, like your sessions was something that, I thought actually this might be really good for me. And yeah, so before that, there wasn't anything other than yoga, my yoga practice.
Amazing. So you kind of already had that interest and kind of connection with the body, but I
Yeah.
suppose um, the work we did kind of maybe deepened that
Yeah.
integration and that connection. What do you feel that we specifically worked on, or was there like two or three things that you felt stood out to the work that we did?
What was really lovely is you really tailored the work that we did together, the sessions, to me and my needs at that moment in time. It wasn't scripted or right, we're doing this week and this is what we're doing. You did that throughout the whole sessions. But what I really liked is you kind of took me back to my old self. You made me see different parts of myself that maybe I wouldn't have ever gone back to or thought of thinking about. And also seeing forward and making that more achievable by breaking them into smaller chunks. So yeah, it was just really interesting. You made me see, like I said, different parts of myself, ways to deal with certain things, made me feel uncomfortable. I guess unless you're used to that practice, they're not things that we're used to. And so it felt odd at first, but then knowing that that's okay, and knowing that it makes a difference when you can feel the difference, I think that's how you can tell it's working, because then you think, oh, actually, yeah, that is a good way to handle this or think about it or feel it just worked. So I
Mm.
really loved every moment of it, to be honest.
On the work we've done together, what are one or more really tangible shifts?
I feel more confident within myself. I feel that I can ask for help, although that's been really at first it was really hard, but that's been something that I have done. Nobody's run away, nobody's left me on my own. So it's been, and just managing my feelings much more. I think being worried, I've tried not to, although worrying is fine, I've tried to deal with it much better and deal with it and then let it go rather than let it hang over me for such a long time and it then take control of my day or an hour or whatever it is, the time that I've got. And finding time for myself as well. I think that's really been one of the things that I've really tried to practice is finding that time where
Then that you're feeling more confident, which is amazing. Are there any other ways you're feeling compared to how you were before?
I feel more resilient to things. I feel capable that I can do things, and that I am worthy, if that makes sense. I am worthy of maybe getting another job and asking for help and having time for myself. I'm worthy of all these things just like everybody else, but it's made my mindset more positive, feeling more normal, just feeling back to my normal self again. And it
Mm.
feels nice. It feels like a relief that actually I wasn't going to be like that forever. That wasn't going to be my life. That actually I feel human again.
Human and happy and confident and resilient. What powerful things to feel. Final question on this little bit. How do you feel with all these kind of new feelings that you have? How do you feel you're showing up differently in the world?
I just feel like I make more of a maybe a bit more of an effort. So, I felt like such stuck in a rut that nothing really seemed to matter, but inside I feel happy because, yeah, I just wear, I'm not just wearing the leggings and the t-shirts that I might have been doing all that time, wearing my uniform, getting back home and just not feeling that great where, I can wear things. And I'm just trying to approach things in life with much more positivity, much more confidence, and yeah, just trying to spread a bit of colour.
Yeah, I love that. And I feel that's such a reflection of like what you're saying because externally you're like projecting more color and wearing more color
Yeah,
and feeling more confident. But I see that so as a reflection of like you finding all this color internally,
yeah,
finding all this resilience, finding all these emotions, harnessing it, taking risks, changing job, all of these things. So it's
mm,
like the color is, inside and outside as
yeah.
well. There was someone sitting on the fence, kind of unsure about whether to work with me and come into embodiment coaching, what might you say to them?
Definitely say to ladies, go for it. Just do it for yourself. It's worth your well-being is worth it completely.
Is there anything that almost stopped you from starting this work?
I was worried about maybe how much it might cost, but then for me, then as soon as I'd paid, I just thought to myself, do you know what? But it's an investment in me. It's not about the money or much things cost. It's the investment in myself, and that was important to me. And even though it didn't matter, people say, oh, well, that might have cost a lot of money, but actually, no, because look at the difference that it's made to me personally. It was a sometimes you've got to put in what you want to get out. And I know that's not always about money, but for me, that was an investment. My brain was telling me you need to do this, Danielle. Doesn't matter what it might cost, just put you all into it. And also it made me properly commit. I know that personally, I just think it was an investment to myself, and it was one of the best investments I think that I did. It's made a huge difference to me.
Oh, I'm so pleased to hear, Danielle. And just a final opportunity, is there anything else you'd like to share or like to add that we haven't covered already?
Really, just to say thank you and for being part of that journey for with me and helping me see things differently, challenging me even when times were hard. It made me more resilient. It's made me see things differently. It's made me more confident and happy and feel more human and more me. I'm not stuck And things are achievable. You don't have to stick in one place. Life is yours and you make of it what you will. It's there to be lived. And yeah, I just was really grateful. I just can see it from you, from when I first met you. You're such a welcoming person, and I feel
Mm.
lucky to have met you.
Oh, me too. Me
Mhm.
too.